Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP is behaving exactly like we want it to, and it's moving with the rest of the market. In fact, to drive that point home, right here at the outset of the video, if you care to look at your screen, here you can see me flipping back and forth between the 24-hour XRP chart and the 24-hour Bitcoin chart. And what you'll notice, if you have at least one eye, is that these charts are the same damn thing. So to all the people that think that XRP ain't going to go along for the ride if we're going to have a proper alt season, you are absolutely insane. To all the people that say because of the appeal, XRP is not going to hit a new all-time high this cycle, you are completely absurd. Your position does not make sense. I'm telling you, XRP, it absolutely is being treated as you would expect and want it to be treated. It's just going along with the rest of the market. But the cool thing is, since there's way less money in XRP than there is in Bitcoin, the multiplier effect when this thing goes, it's going to stun the world and all the disbelievers. That's what's going to happen here. I firmly believe that's the case. There is so little money in XRP, it is undervalued. The market's going to figure that out, though. So just imagine the narratives by the time XRP gets even close to its all-time high. There's going to be so much freaking FOMO. This is going to be absolutely epic. And we're having a green day here, so that's fun. Want to talk about that and what's going here directionally. What should we expect in the short to midterm here? But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, it is 7:14 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone here in the good old Midwest of the United States. It is October 14th, Monday, 2024. XRP did hit 55 cents today. It's a hair below that now, 54.7 cents. Bitcoin led the way, happy to see that. Got as high as $66,405. Now it's just a hair under $66,000. So the debate right now is whether or not that's going to ultimately hold. More on that in a second. Here's the crypto fear and greed index at 65 out of 100. So the market today is back in greed. And you know what? Eventually that's going to be extreme greed. I still think we're probably going to have one hell of an alt season. That would be my for fun guess. And there's still some that think that, we're actually just going to go straight into bear territory. And that just, based on historic precedent, I just don't know where some people are getting that. Like, fine, I'll acknowledge it's technically possible, but who thinks that's remotely probable? That just does not compute to me. Driving that point home further, take a look at this headline from the Daily Hodl. Bitcoin breaks out, liquidating $238.5 million as several analysts predict Q4 fireworks for Bitcoin. Yeah, well, history says that is indeed what we should expect anyway. Reads as follows. Bitcoin kicked off a rally early on Monday, triggering hundreds of millions of dollars in liquidations as Bitcoin climbed above the $66,000 mark. According to crypto data aggregator CoinGlass, over $238 million in positions have been liquidated in the last 24 hours, mostly traders attempting to short Bitcoin. According to Qiyong Zhu, the CEO of blockchain analytics firm CryptoQuant, the Bitcoin has just gone through an 8-month-long retail shakeout. Yeah, that's sure as hell true. We finally got to the point where just about nobody's paying attention to crypto, as proven by the Bitcoin search term on Google. Like, nobody's looking at the damn thing. Everybody that's going to capitulate has capitulated. All the lettuce hands, they're gone. And then there's people like me, and then you listening to this. Like, we're here still. Because we have the intestinal fortitude to see this damn thing through. But yeah, when you have a range like this for this long, you're going to shake out all sorts of people. But anyway, here is this quote. There is a saying in Korea, the bus only departs when you get off. Everyone on board, right? End quote. Well, I sure as hell am, that's for sure. And by the way, since we know that, of course, the stock market and the crypto asset class absolutely moves in tandem, here's some data that you're going to absolutely love if you want your XRP to be worth way more in the future. Here's a post. This is from analyst Seth Golden. He's a hedge fund consultant and chief market strategist at Finham Group. This is titled Various S&P 500 Index 6 Months Returns. So what did he write here? He says, in just 2 weeks, the market will enter the best 6-month period to own stocks, November through April. No more sell in May. Positivity rate equals 78%. Average 6-month return is 7%. So look, it's just historical data. This is the best 6-month period that there is, and it is by a lot. The second best is October through March. Positivity rate 68.6%. So again, it's just one more piece of data here, But if indeed we're going to have a positive S&P 500 performance over the next half a year, what do you think that might mean for your altcoins, including XRP? Number go up. Number go up is what that means. Here's a post from the blockchain backer from just about an hour and a half ago. Russell 2000 continues its drift up to start the week, and Bitcoin tags along for the ride. And so that's the Russell 2000 small cap stock index at the bottom, then Bitcoin on top. My God, that correlation is so obvious. It's just that we need a bigger break for the Russell 2000 in order to get that alt season a pumping. Because really, you know why that matters, of course. It's because when more money gets pumped into the Russell 2000, that shows a specific human behavior. It's humans willing to take more risk. When people are feeling a little bit less risky, they're going to focus on purchasing large cap stocks. But you go further out the risk curve, you get into the small caps, the Russell 2000. And when people are feeling like that, they're feeling a little frisky, they also are willing to take on more risk by purchasing altcoins. Specifically, Bitcoin's considered, broadly speaking, whether you think it or I think it, doesn't matter, broadly accepted as the safer bet. But then as people are willing to take on more risk, absolutely, that's when alt season comes. And when people have that desire and they're willing to take on more risk, it applies to both at the same time. That's why you always see that when you have an alt season, historically, every single time with no exceptions in history, there's always been the Russell 2000 going along for the ride. And so to see it ticking up here, it's a good sign. We'll just keep watching it. And there's also this post from chart analyst, the great Matsby. He wrote, QQQ is also at resistance. Now, the QQQ, that's an ETF that tracks the NASDAQ 100, which, of course, is a tech-heavy stock index. And so even though you could state broadly, and it's true, the stock market moves in tandem with the broader crypto market, sure. This is even more precise, because and it shouldn't be that surprising. It's pretty intuitive to understand why. When you're talking about tech stocks and then crypto viewed as, a tech thing you can purchase, yeah. So that's why there's an incredibly high correlation here. So if this thing breaks, just again, one more thing you can look at, we're going to see a continuation to the upside. I would just be shocked if this thing all broke down and then for the first time whales are actually wrong, because they've been purchasing like crazy. I was just talking about that. I'll talk about it a lot over the last week, actually, both for Bitcoin and XRP, just getting snatched up. We're not going to stay in this price range forever. I understand that it feels like it when it goes on for over half a year. I get that, but it won't stay here forever. We're going to have a break, and I'm betting it's going to be to the upside. There's also this post from chart analyst TechDev, shared this with his 471,000 followers on X. He simply wrote, Bitcoin is more compressed against its prior high than at any point in its history. Okay, that's just a fact. He didn't even share an opinion. He's just like, here's the fact. Now, XRP is the most coiled it's ever been in history. It wound up for almost 7 years. So if we get a crazy burst for Bitcoin, look, the more money flowing into that, the more it's ultimately going to cycle through XRP. But this is the moment we find ourselves in, which is why at the outset of the video, it's like when XRP goes, like this is going to be epic. We are going to see face melt season. Here we have a post from Chart Analyst Credible Crypto. Now he's still warning, and he's the only analyst I follow that is arguing this. I haven't seen any other analyst arguing this. So I hope he's wrong, but he has such a great accuracy rate. I mean, if he is right, I won't be surprised. But he's been calling for Bitcoin to dip into the upper 40,000s before a strong reversal back to the upside, ultimately hitting new all-time highs. I haven't seen anyone else call for this, but he's got such a great accuracy rate. I've been mentioning it in recent videos. And the fact that we got to over $66,000, he has indicated today, just hours ago, that doesn't change his perspective. It doesn't mean anything. In fact, so here's what he wrote. And he shared, what did he write this? 3:42 p.m. today. He says, people once again running their mouth like mad when we are back at the highs at the most likely place to expect a rejection. This has happened 5 out of 5 times now, and you think they'd learn, but they don't, LOL. For your own sake, folks, wait till we actually break out to start running those victory laps, because you're all going to look like idiots if we break down for the 6th time. And so, look, I'm not making a prediction on what's going to happen. I'm just sharing with you perspectives from analysts that I think are worth listening to. So if this happens, it's not a time to freak out. I'm just warning you that he's saying it could happen. But then if we do see a continuation upside, we're fantastic. But either way, at least you're warned, so you don't have to go, curl up into a ball, like get into the fetal position should this occur. Like you can be a happy person. Like you can be an actual adult. It's going to be okay here. The trend is always up anyway. Now, Charting Guy, he respectfully disagrees with Credible Crypto, and he has been noting as much recently. Here's a post on this topic. He says, do bears know how to read indicators? Still looking identical to fall 2023. Nothing bearish going on here, quite the opposite. There's also this post from the Degentropic account, which is run by the co-founders of Glassnode, on-chain analytics firm. And they wrote, and this is just from several hours ago, it said, Bitcoin has hit the $65,000 to $66,500 resistance. Do we have enough momentum to break it? We're not in the positive quadrant yet, but once we are, a push to $68,000 to $69,000 could follow. Beyond that, it's uncharted territory. So some uncertainty here from Glassnode about what is most probable in the short term here. And I'm seeing a lot of that. There's a lot of indecisiveness. It's kind of like wait and see. But man, if this is the moment, buckle up. There's this post from chart analyst Dr. Magic. He says, the explosion in altcoins will be epic. Sideline people will lose the best return since 2017, all because they wanted 10% lower. Yeah, I've never understood that mindset. I mean, I know people do this, but they'll get out of the market. They think that they're some damn wizard, and they can time things perfectly. Oh, I'm sure it's going to go down, and then they'll buy at a discount. Well, even if that works 9 times in a row, what if it doesn't the 10th time? You could destroy everything that you've been working for. It's never going to make sense to me. I'm a dollar cost average type of guy. You just buy consistently if you want to over a long period of time, ideally years. And then when the market goes, you have exposure, and that's that. But the people that try and time this stuff, it's just not going to go well. It doesn't, like, there's so much data to prove that too. Because the biggest days in the stock market and in crypto, it's like a tiny percentage of the actual days that exist. But so that's why I always say either you have exposure when it happens or you don't. But if you're going to play these stupid games, you're going to win some stupid prizes. Here's a post from chart analyst Bobby A, and this resonated with me, so I thought I'd share it with you. He says, in the future, Bobby, XRP is at $1.20. Is now a good time to buy it? Speaking of time in the market. XRP is at $2. Is now a good time to buy it? XRP is at $3.50. Is now a good time to buy it? XRP is at $5. Is now a good time to buy it? When you could have been dollar cost averaging sub 60 cents for what seems like a lifetime, the market is painful in that way. Yeah, exactly. This is what's going to happen, though. And this is how humans behave. It's absurd, but humans treat every coin like this, and they even behave like this, broadly speaking, in the stock market. They'll feel validated. As the price goes up, now it's safe to buy. That is it's human psychology. It's stupid. It makes sense to buy it when it's cheaper, when nobody's looking at it. But that's how humans work. People gonna people. So, yes, when XRP does get that high, you might be thinking, who would want it? It's 60 cents now, just 55 cents. Who is going to want XRP at $10? The speculators, like, that's the answer. Yeah, absolutely. They will feel validated. Humans are absolutely going to keep acting like humans. And that's a huge part of my investment strategy, is to understand that that's how humans act, and it's ridiculous. And then they can buy it for me at a very high price. That's what I'll sell. Absolutely. And that is that. There's also this post, the Crypto Basic. Expert pinpoints specific time frame for XRP to reach $3. Now, I get nervous when analysts start talking about specific time frames, but I just thought I'd share it because, given the phase that we're in the cycle right now, this actually could come to pass anyway. But yeah, predictions with specific timelines. Yeah, nobody can consistently do this, but I will acknowledge this is not crazy. It's pretty conservative, really. I mean, if this is the time when we're finally going to see the alt season, yeah. So he says XRP $1 by October or November, $2 by Christmas, and, excuse me, sorry folks, and $3 by March. Pack your bags now, final warning. Well, we'll see. Historically, there's been 2 major bursts for XRP price for each of the last couple market cycles. So you could see a big burst. Maybe the first one will get us above the all-time high. Maybe it won't, but I would expect that would be, over a shorter period of time. And then if history repeats, then you're going to have sideways price action for like half a year. And then you're going to have the blow off top for XRP if history is to kind of rhyme with itself. So, who knows? Who knows when this is going to go? But I will just say, even though I won't make a price prediction, just haven't been in the space this long and seen, how, like, the multiplier effect that coins can get when they're about as liquid as XRP is now. I know that it is not the least bit crazy to think that we could see double-digit XRP. It is not crazy. Stuff like that has happened many times before. XRP itself has run bonkers in the past. So I'm still fully anticipating we're going to see face melt season here, and I'll not be surprised if there's double digits. But I'm not bold enough to make that prediction because I'm not a shark guy. I'd be disingenuous, so I'm not going to do it. But I know that's the type of thing that's possible in crypto, and I won't be surprised at all if that happens with XRP specifically. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.